So I wanted to show you something that I think is really cool. Right before COVID, I guess the Labor Day before COVID, went out with my neighbors with my family, went out with our neighbors to Fort Clark Springs, which is near Del Rio. It's a beautiful, beautiful swimming hole, Texas swimming hole. Actually, the Comanche used to use that. They would water there when they would raid from North Texas into Mexico. There's an army base there, and it's become kind of a retirement community. And anyway, I like it over there. They had to close the pool this summer because there wasn't enough rain. But if you ever have a chance, go head out to Fort Clark Springs. It's a really cool big swimming pool, freshwater. Um, Call first to make sure that the pool's open though, because of the drought. Anyway, let me get back to the point. So there's a museum at Fort Clark Springs, and it's a pretty cool museum because of the fort. Someone put it together in the 1990s and did a fantastic job. And I went and checked it out, and I saw this piece of art by a guy named Sebastian Cantor. And he was an Austrian. He was born in 1915. And if you're looking at this, you can say what this plaque says: his service in the German Africa Corps in World War II brought him to Fort Clark as a prisoner of war in 1944. He left us this lasting reminder of his faith. So what you have is this POW ends up near Del Rio, Texas, Fort Clark Springs. I don't know if they ever let him swim there or not. And there were a handful of POWs of Fort Clark Springs. But here's the painting that he painted a door. And this is what you see here, these lines of this door. So he painted this image of Christ holding a lamb. I guess Christ is the shepherd. And you can see this. I took this picture 2 years ago. You can see this at Fort Clark Springs, and pretty incredible, I think, that this German POW captured in North Africa ends up in West Texas, West-ish Texas. I guess Del Rio's West Texas, and he paints what I think is a pretty nice painting on this door. A very, very religious painting before he was repatriated and returned to Europe. So pretty crazy, I think. And I always look for a Texas angle in anything. And this is one of the most surprising Texas angles I've never come across. So, wow, even looking at it now as I'm talking, I think this is pretty amazing, a pretty amazing scene. And you know what? I think it's a pretty darn good painting. Like I say, if you're picturing it, it's about 5 feet high, maybe 4 feet wide. It's pretty significant. So, but again, done by a German POW captured, sent to Fort Clark Springs.